specializes in website design, search engine optimization, SEO, and automated digital marketing. Alice has a Bachelor of Science degree from Northwestern University, recently completed a year-long advanced communications program focused on managing teams and developing leadership through integrity, responsibility, and generosity. And she's also a graduate of Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. She helped found Elevate Northland, a nonprofit building international shopping and dining hub in the Northland community of Columbus. And she does this so that it profits from adventurous leaders that will support the community of immigrant and refugee entrepreneurs that most need them. Independence, health, and strength are important values for Alice, who has completed multiple marathons and 3 Ironman triathlons. She is a black belt in Taekwondo, so watch out. To me, Alice is a visionary because I'll share a story that recently happened. I was helping a lady that was an immigrant from Haiti, and she decided to go off on a venture. She's a daycare owner, but she decided that she wanted to take on the project of affordable housing in the Northland area. And she's been struggling for well over a year, almost 2 years, just getting through zoning. And she just said she just had a struggle and didn't really know where to turn. She has this land, what to do next. She has the projects, what to do next. And zoning was her big rock and a challenge. And so instantly when she said that, she said Northland. So I said, I know exactly who I'm going to connect you with. And that was Miss Alice. I said, I dubbed her the Queen of Northland. That's cool. But she graciously accepted my request for her to join me in helping her. We were helping her with financing this project. And she, with short notice, it was 24-hour notice, she accepted. But then 24 hours later, she fell ill. But she was committed to helping this person. And she just said, you know what, I still want this meeting, but can we do it virtually? I said, absolutely. So we met with her, and she talked about her challenges, and she goes, oh, I know a couple of people. And then she took her notes, she came up with a strategic plan and reached out to the zoning committee. And guess what? In one day, one email, she corrected the zoning issues that this woman had. So when I talked to her, the lady, she says, Tiffany, thank you so much for connecting me with Miss Alice. She was a gift from God. So, without further ado, please welcome to the stage NAWBO Columbus Visionary Honoree, Miss Alice.
Executive at IBM. Elizabeth Blount of NAWBO Travel, Catherine Langfine, Portfolio Creative, Mary Korn of Pearl Interactive, Darla King of King Business Interiors, my good friends Sharon DeLay of Go HR and Teresa Harris of Team Solutions, and so many other inspirational women, including my new friend Sylvia, and people who stood up that I was trying to frantically write down but couldn't. I understand and fully appreciate the importance and dignity of this honor, the NAWBO Visionary Award. And I am full of gratitude for the family and friends who supported me in getting here. It's been such a privilege to grow my company, site and site, alongside the amazing members of this organization. I will admit I did not join right away. I attend a lot of networking events, and sometimes I would attend an event where NAWBO was a partner. I was always impressed, and I understood that NAWBO Columbus represented women business owners defined by high-level performance and integrity. I knew NAWBO Columbus was the largest NAWBO chapter in the United States. I could recite their entire pitch. I wasn't quite sure I belonged here yet, honestly, but I was very attracted by the fact that NAWBO women are confident. We are successful. We operate from strength and self-assurance. We are amazing, and we know we are leading strong companies. I remember telling my life partner, Daniel, about NAWBO, and right away he asked when I was going to join. I gave some wishy-washy answer and some lame objection about the annual membership fee. The next day, I found his trademark piece of an index card on my desk, bent into a little triangle with Daniel's handwritten note, "Join NAWBO." I kept it there for a number of months until, yeah, I know, right? Until I finally filled out the application and wrote the check. That was years ago. In between being nominated for the Visionary Award this winter and being notified that I would be one of the honorees, as some of you know, I lost Daniel to suicide. Yeah, I anticipate that sound now. It's become familiar. And I know that behind the faces wrinkled with sympathy, there has been a real fear. A fear that I would fall apart, that I would quit work and let my company, Sight and Sight, and my nonprofit efforts, especially Elevate Northland. Founder. Interesting word, founder. To founder as a ship, to go down, to fail or break down, to descend into a body of water, to sink beneath the surface, to be ruined. But also, founder, a person who establishes or creates something that is meant to last a long time. A person who got something started or caused it to be built. One who lays a foundation. And I would add, the person who takes initiative, the one who takes a risk, the one who says, this will happen on my watch. I choose that second definition of founder. It turns out death has many lessons to teach, and it's actually been a privilege to be a student. I built a life with someone, and that man wrote in his suicide note that life wasn't good enough. Yes, that life we had together. In fact, it was so painful and filled with suffering that oblivion was a better option. Nothing was a better option than this something that we had. And for someone like me, often driven by a fear that I'm not good enough, there's no challenge more powerful to confront. If I can face such an ultimate declaration of my worst fear, not being good enough, I can certainly take a no from a sales prospect, or a try again next year from a corporate foundation. But a more profound lesson was to witness the power of the voice in my mind. You have that voice too, and so did Daniel. Many seekers, philosophers, and spiritual leaders quietly repeat to us the wisdom that the voice in our mind, telling us that our joke fell flat, the group whispering over there in the corner is mocking us, that we'll never make it. That voice, that bitter, cynical voice, is not us, they say. It's a defense mechanism to keep us safe in childhood, but there's no off switch. It doesn't shut up in adulthood. These wise teachers, they tell us that our will, our commitment, our volition, it is stronger than that voice. But we listen to the voice. Sometimes, tragically, we listen only to the voice and lose sight of beauty, love, purpose. That's what happened to Daniel, the man who spurred him to join this group. Grief has been an interesting thing, and we all know grief. The death of a parent, the death of a beloved pet, the breakup of a relationship, carefully laid plans obliterated by a mistake in some paperwork, sudden emotional distance from our children, or a previously dear friend. Whatever the cause, the grief is a journey. I've learned I can control my pace on this journey through this jungle of anger and sorrow and suddenly changed plans. I can walk faster or slower, but I can't control how long the path is. I've learned I can stop and sit down, but I still have just as much distance to cover and want to get up again. And I've learned that pity is like a very attractive swamp that pulls at my ankles. Oh, how nice it would be, knowing that no one would judge me for it, to just stop. No one would say anything to me if I ran my online marketing company into the ground. Nothing but poor Alice. No one would criticize me if I stopped building a business center and an incubator for disadvantaged businesses in Northland. I can even imagine the news stories about a promising dream that fell apart when the founder. It was understandable, so tragic. And don't get me wrong, this is not a story about leaning in and working myself to the bone and never stopping to cry. I cry. This is a story about a woman who saw what happened when someone listened too hard to that awful, destructive voice and stopped being able to live and love and leave a legacy. I don't want that for me. I don't want that for you. So I'm in this period of grace. Yes, exactly, a grace period, where everyone says I can do anything I want. It's okay, Alice, take time for yourself. I could get a massage every day. I could buy a motorcycle again, or move to Costa Rica. I could enter a monastery. I could immediately start dating someone new. Okay, I'm doing that one. I could watch TV for days on end and eat pizza and ice cream for every meal. And most everyone would knowingly shake their heads and say how sad it was and tell me to keep doing whatever I want. What is it that I want as a person who is choosing to live? Think about that for yourself too, because we're choosing to wake up every day. What I want now, what I really want after all this, is to keep building my marketing company, to keep hiring and employing people who may not be neurotypical, but who are brilliant, creative, and integral to the team. What I really want is to send my two boys, junior and senior at Westerville North, off to college with a sense of wonder and excitement, and the quiet knowledge that I have their backs. What I really want is to turn rundown motels on Route 161 into beautiful buildings with affordable apartments and condos, attractive retail shops on the ground floor, and gardens and solar panels on the roofs. What I really want is to take the $4 million campaign for Elevate Northland from the halfway mark, which I've reached with the support of Mark Swepston, Cameron Mitchell, the City of Columbus, Columbus Foundation, and others, to the 100% mark, to cut the ribbon on a state-of-the-art community gathering space, rentable commercial kitchens, food truck parking, co-working, and co-warehousing in a community that is hungry for neighborhood resources, identity, pride. What I really want is to leave a legacy so big that that mean, critical voice in my mind is left, finally, speechless. So, since everyone keeps telling me I can do whatever I want right now, that's what I'm going to do. Thank you.